Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gear Season 4, Episode 73 with me, Sid. And last episode when we did our little tour with our celebrity VIP visitors, one of the comments we'd made was we're probably going to have to, well, not have to, we probably could do with pitching in and helping Gran build Winterfell. She's got a lot of blocks to place, and some of it is actually fairly tedious kind of block placement. You know, you're talking, you know, lots of cobblestone, lots of making cobblestone, lots of placement. So I had a chat with Gran and I said, look, you know, I'm happy to help. I don't want to take creative process. That would not be the element that I want to get into. But we would like to pitch in and have a go at helping, you know, get you to the point where there's a lot more done. Because she's got a lot to do. There is, I mean, where are we now? I'm recording in August. This is coming out mid-August. You've certainly got September. You've certainly got October. So we've got like 2.5 months minimum, I think, before we see any kind of season 5-age. One thing I'm thinking is that it'll be at least 1.21 in terms of the version. So, you know, there's a lot of consideration going forward. Now, I've got lots and lots of fire clay. I don't believe that that's accurate. It's not. Those things are a bit weird when you see. So, yeah, so I had a word and said, look, you know, I'm happy to help. And now Gran said, you know, he's like, you know, not the creative side, you know, more felt a bit guilty asking not to do the creative side of things, but that's fine because, like I say, it's her vision. I don't know her vision. I can't see her vision. I can copy her vision. If she's done a bit of wall, I can pantograph it and copy it and do all that good stuff. That is absolutely fine. What I can't do is create something the same. I did not want that, did I? That is not what I was after. Okay, pop those in there. What I need is a rubble hammer. I want raw stone. I want to make cobble. We've got lots of granite. We know where to get lots of granite, and I'm going to basically spend a little bit of time pulling together some raw materials, and we'll make a whole load of blocks. We'll go down, we'll lay a whole load of blocks, we'll maybe chisel a whole load of blocks, and we'll just help get the walls up around Winterfell mainly. You know, I think I could, if I'm brutally honest, I think I could duplicate Gran's or some of Gran's style. So, for example, the kennels or the stables, you know, I could probably handle those and come up with something that looks very, very close to what Gran had in mind. That in itself would not be a problem. But you see, these really don't go very far at all, do they? So I'm going to basically go through a whole load of granite. I'm going to make myself a whole load of granite cobble, and I'll be back with you in a mo. that's a whole load of stuff. I should probably just fly because that will be easier. And what we do need to do is just go and sort ourselves out a little teensy. I'll say we need to. I've got that still, 41 days, and that is a pretty good stew. If I take 6 of those as well, that will keep me going, I think. And yeah, we will head over to Gran's. Someone visited. I don't know. Can't remember whether I closed the gate behind me or not. Really hope my fruit trees get a chance to fruit and vernalise this coming after this winter, because they're doing my head in. Yeah, so we shall head down here. Now, Gran asked all of the rusty gears, the cat scratching at the door, just be careful what they show of her build, because not that she doesn't want people showing off her build, but she's concerned, she's kind of changing her mind on a daily basis on what she likes and what she doesn't like, and she doesn't want that kind of something to show and then it change later. So there is obviously it's going to be very difficult for me to do helping Gran without showing Gran's build. So big caveat, Gran's build is subject to change. I will not be going into she's tried a roof. I will not be going into the builds, the things. We're just going to work on these walls. We'll even ignore that. So this is the wall area that we're going to work on down here. We're going to try and just get layer after layer of these down. I will also try and chisel the round things. These ones I believe are square. This is the I think this is the north gate. The hunter's gate is here. That is the kennels, that is the stables, greenhouse. This is the main keep that she's doing right now. The Godswood, I think I'm not a big Game of Thrones person. You'd think I was, given my fantasy predilection, but I was never a big one for the books, and consequently I've never really been a big one for the thing. So luckily this is all down as far as here, so this will be relatively straightforward. And And that's that. That really does not go far, does it? We're going to need pretty much the same again times 2, I think. That's kind of a given. We can pick you up. Let's head over to Gran's quarry, which is very close by, rather than my quarry, which is further away. Interesting, that roof. I'm not sure on that one, but again, I'll not really demonstrate it or show it now. Gran's quarry is over here. There it is. I'm going to need to go back because I didn't bring my clay, unless I go and find some clay. But I'm trying to think. Normally, normally she has a night watcher somewhere about the place. So let's just set that up there. Let's set my other chest there. Let me grab my hammer. Grab my plugs. Trying to work out whether you're working from above or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could work from up here, couldn't you? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the stupid question is, have I got 6 on this? 1, 2, 3. We don't have 6 on that side. That is a pain. There are ways and means to handle that. It's just a bit more difficult. Well, what we can do, if we do this, so the trick, if you ever want to use this to do that, is, I don't think I need you because Gran has thoughtfully put down a security system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only downside to this is we're going to end up with uneven stack sizes. Ideally you want to get them all the same so they stack up nicely. But such is life. Guarantee you we couldn't have done this without an angel belt. But to be fair, I think it's fairly safe to say that we would have struggled to do this period. So if I go again, we'll just go across here, and then we'll try and work out how to get it in on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I need a gap there. So again, we're just going to knock a block loose. Now at this point I could use the stubby to get the block out, but this works just as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's not right. Okay, I've gone one too far. And of course, let's not forget getting all of these bits of stuff down here as well, because that's pretty important too. So yeah, next job, get a load of granite. Then probably a load of clay, which we'll go and hunt some clay down in the area, or one of the previous clay deposits I've found, because I've got lots marked. And we can make, I think I actually need some, I need a rubble hammer anyway. I haven't got one of those on me, I don't think. But that's fine, because, you know, we'll get all of that sorted. Right, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, these last few splitter plugs, we've cleared out another level, and the Night Watcher will drop is working. You just can't tell, you know. So that's a fair bit of thing. I need to work out where the hell I put my chests, that and that. What I'm definitely going to need is I'm going to need to get myself a whole bunch of rubble hammer heads and stick them in my chest. I think I'm going to go through quite a few of those, but that's fine. Not like I haven't got a lot of stuff. So all of that can go in there along with that. So the other thing we're going to need, apart from rubble hammers, is, I can't do that, can I? Who for what's my jigs? Clay. Now I'm sure Gran has got a reasonable amount of clay stockpile, but you know, we can go and find our own. It's not a problem, and it's red clay should be pretty rich around here. Are they fruited? No, it's just I was going to say I was going to be like, rah, fruit, why? Looks weird when you when you come in at the thing. So yeah, we've got that. Now we need clay. We're going to need rubber hammers, but we'll go and pop this down. Actually, no, we won't. We'll maybe we will. Let's just have a look at the map. Let's have a look at the map. The map is the key to clay. Now I've not looked a lot around here, and there's a pretty good chance that Gran has already had any clay deposits within easy distance of her base. I mean, that would seem reasonable. That also looks a little bit dry for clay. So what you're looking for is, in the full colour map, you're looking for a discoloration of the green. I think we're just going to have to go out and look for some, aren't we? So now I can either do one of two things. I can go back and find a deposit that I know about, or we can go and hunt for some. I think we'll hunt. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we've got the clay, we've got the stone, temporal storm has gone, and we just need rubble hammers. I am going to do 8 because I can. Boop. Boop. And yeah, we'll have 8 rubble hammer heads in the box, and that will allow me to make most of what I need. Get you over there, get you on the bar. There was actually a blueprint I wanted as well with the stonemason's blueprint. I have a copy. I think it's there we go, that's the beastie. We need that as well. Kind of like that. And then we can get on and do some more building. Well, preparation of raw materials, then building. So yeah, get these done. Back in a sec. So interestingly, incidentally I made another thing, but interestingly, rubble hammers only stack to 4, which is surprising. That's nearly dead, so that's why I've kind of gone there. But in fact, we might as well just go and quickly kill this off. Let's go and take the middlemost block and do that. We can do the same again here. And then we can take the next block round. And just basically wear these out. Once I've got these shapes in place, then life becomes considerably easier. Oops, hello. Because then you just take that pattern and go all the way up the wall. Now this is the interesting one. That is that block there. But I don't think you have that block then, do you? That block is missing. Because you're doing it on the inside block. And then because you remember I had this problem when I was doing my airship base in last season, that the actual wall. Why is that pantograph not losing durability? That is peculiar. Peculiar indeed. Doubly strange and peculiar. Didn't do those ones, did I? That was strange as well. Why would I not? Oh, I mean, it gives me more of these ashlar blocks to build with. I'm a little bit concerned about this durability though. That should be going down. Because we should be able to take this all the way up. And that's not dropped at all. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't complain. That seems somewhat bugged. But still, easy copying of blocks. Just hammer them in. All the way up. Obviously we replace all of these blocks. These actually need to come out. I can save myself a bit of placement with that as well, can't I? Well, not now, but you know, could have done if I'd have thought about it. Still, got a fair bit of chiseling and shaping to do, so I'm going to carry on, and I shall be back with you in a short while. Okay, probably about at the end of this episode. I'm just putting the last thing. Gran's on, she's over there working on the central keep, and I checked the gate towers are square, all the other towers are round, so we did get that right. These crenellations, we need to do them on the inside as well, but I'm just going to do them on the outside at the moment. There's a little bit of a weirdness here. They don't, and this one, they don't, the numbers aren't quite right to even up. Now, if it were my build, what I would have done is I would have probably done a double one of these in the middle, just to move, and then moved everything along one, but it's not my build, and I'm just going to do this. If Gran wants to move things around, she can do. You know, we'll be helpful. This is the mission here, but being helpful. So we want to grab you, and that goes there. And I just need to do the last bit down. So Gran, when she used these, did these slabs in that orientation, which means that I can't put them in any other orientation. I have to put them in the same orientation when I duplicate, but that's fine. It's easy enough to do. Because the pantograph did break, I don't know why it wasn't using durability when I wasn't copying materials, when I was just copying the shape. I'm surprised. I would have thought it used durability on each and every one of those, but no, apparently not. So that's probably one to ask QP about, but certainly it broke once I started copying materials as well as shape. So that made a lot of a difference. Yeah, massive amount of work to do, massive amount of work done, and this will all help. My voice is going a bit, by the way, so apologies. That's why I probably sound a bit croaky. But again, you know, this is I think this is one of the strengths of a server like the Rusty Gear server. I mean, last season we all pitched in and helped out excavate Shino's gaping hole. I can't not use that joke. It's just too good. And I've run out of granite dry stone, but that is really easy. We just go grab a load of them. 56, that's fine. Grab a load of you, get those, bang, put those in, and off we go again. So we've managed to put the wall in all the way down. We've got down to here, and I've started putting in the wall here. I need to just double check with Gran about this one, because this wall is narrower than the rest of the wall. I assume that is an error. Not entirely sure what's going on in here, so we do need to check out what's going on over there, and obviously do the crenellations down this side, on the inside, all the crenellations everywhere. You know, it's have a crenellating good time. We also need to, in here, there's a doorway goes in there, so that you can walk along the walls. Doorway due in there. Yeah, it has got a doorway in this, so you can walk through there, but the doorway is fairly straightforward. This side to do, But yeah, I'm happy with that progress. That's, I mean, the best part of 3 or 4 hours work, possibly even more. But it helps. It helps Gran get Winterfell done, and it helps. Let's just come over here. It will help. That's quite a nice shot, actually. Let's go. So, yeah, I think that will do us for this episode. This is the North Gate. I don't know what she's going to want to do here, so I'm going to leave. If it's anything peculiar like this, I'm just going to leave until till Gran can get and do what she wants on it. God's wood. Yeah. Might leave the angles for no. That will work on them. We'll work on what we can. But this is just goes through so much granite and so much stone. It's untrue. But this is going to be awesome when it's finished. And we really need to see it finished. We really, really need to see it finished. So hence why we're helping out. But that is it for this episode. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.